Yo, what is up, guys? Methodz here, bringing you guys a live commentary. And today, I am Iron Man. For school, I actually dressed up. When in as Iron Man, I wore a cape. No, I'm totally joking. I did not go to school dressed as Iron Man. But I wanted to throw this on to sort of add a twist to something. I don't think you guys actually understand how muffled my voice probably is. How bad my vision is right now on my screen. So if I get destroyed, I deeply apologize. And, how much is actually, uncomfortable, if that makes sense, how uncomfortable it actually is for me. But I'm going to deal with it due to the fact that I'm going to be a superhero in this game. I'm going to fly around the map, I'm going to go hard, I'm going to go ham, I'm going to show you guys why I am the best in Call of Duty. No, I'm joking, obviously I'm not the best in Call of Duty. But I want to talk to you guys today about pretty much one of the main aspects of Call of Duty, something that will pretty much increase your game by a lot if you get this down. And that is knowing your enemy. If you know your enemy, 95% of the time you are going to, have the upper hand in a situation that you usually wouldn't have the upper hand in. And that's what separates, most pros from the amateurs, is pretty much the mindset. For example, Karma is known for being the one of, if not the best Black Ops 2 player that touched Black Ops 2 during its season. And that was because if you watch their gameplay, Karma was behind enemy lines pretty much all the time. Most of the times when you died from him, it was behind the back. Don't get me wrong, his gun skill was, amazing, but he was the player that, knew where you were going to be at all times, and he was always playing off that and coming behind you whenever he could. So that's why Karma, in my opinion, was that successful in that game, and why he was known for being the best. But, anybody in this game can have gun skill, can have accuracy. It's Call of Duty. That comes with time, that comes with playing. I promise you, if you play a lot and you're, constantly shooting your gun, your shot's gonna get better, your accuracy's gonna get better. All that good stuff is going to improve. But one thing that separates all the pros from the amateurs is the Call of Duty mindset. We wouldn't be pros unless we had the anticipation and the mindset we have. For example, if I can sort of outsmart somebody in a 1v1 in Search and Destroy, that's going to give you the upper hand at all times. For example, say I have the bomb down and I know what room it's in, I'm going to want to get into a spot where I'm going to see them before they can see me. I'm going to want to get in a spot where I can avoid all possible gunfights. And don't get me wrong, I'm not scared of gunfights, but, oh wow. But if I can get behind them at all times, I'm going to, have a better chance of getting the kill, 95% of the time, unless my shot's awful and I get turned on, which, really doesn't happen much in this game due to the fact that you die, really fast. But moving on. So, that's the main thing. In my opinion, Call of Duty is 70%, all in the head, and then 30% gun skill. Because don't get me wrong, you're obviously going to need a good shot and some gun skill to succeed in Call of Duty. But that's why some players are a lot better at Search and Destroy than respawn games. They anticipate the enemies better in Search and Destroy. And don't get me wrong, I'm not basically just talking about Search and Destroy right here. I'm talking about all game modes, but Search and Destroy is that one game mode where you can pretty much rely on your head a lot more than your gun skill, because you can take certain routes, you can, go certain places, oh my god, go certain places in which, you can sort of avoid any one-on-one combat, which I'm not saying, you should never challenge gunfights. I'm saying if you have the opportunity to get behind somebody and pretty much out-position them, you're going to want to take that. And that's pretty much what, separates the amateurs from the pros, is the pros pretty much have that down. They've been playing long enough, they've been in the scene long enough to know that, it's not all gun skill. You're going to want to outsmart your enemies, 100% of the time. And that game was really fast, so I think I'm going to play another one. So moving on. So another big thing you want to think about at all times is your minimap. If you can sort of play off your minimap, it's going to make yourself and your team a lot better. For example, if you have 4 members on your team and you're playing a blitz on Octane, and you guys are all right side of the map, your left side is completely open. It doesn't matter if somebody calls out that, no one's on the left side. You should be able to look at your minimap and realize no one has it. Here's my cue to run back, sort of gain control of our base and hold the left side of the map. So, the minimap is sort of really crucial in Call of Duty. Someone's calling my name right now. Let me mute him. He's ruining my comm. But, minimap awareness is key. You will always see players put up their minimap, and if they don't, you're going to get penalized for it. There's certain things in Call of Duty, other than your gun skill, which you pretty much need to have in order to be successful. That's minimap awareness, knowing your enemy, anticipation, and sort of general knowledge. You're going to want to go into private matches, you're going to want to find nade spots, you're going to want to find, spots that no one really knows. You're going to want to find, spots in which you can rush to before they can get there. You want to time things. Time your stuns, time your nades, your strong arm stuns, your strong arm nades. You know, all that good stuff you're going to want to go over. And that's what pretty much separates the pros from the AMs. I think I said it like 5 times, but I can't stress enough, you know, the actual reasons. You know, most amateurs, or I'm not going to generalize the whole amateurs, but a lot of the amateurs think that, you know, if they had good gun skill, they should be getting all these chances, they should be on a top team, and it's totally false. You know, you're going to want to position yourself better and avoid most of the gunfights you're in. And like I said, that's why Carnival is so good at Black Ops 2. I'm not saying, once again, his gun skill was bad because it was really good. I'm saying, you know, he was really successful because he was always outsmarting the enemy, and he was always behind enemy lines. And, you know, if you're behind enemy lines and you're pretty much outsmarting them at all times, they're going to be scared of you. They're going to focus upon you, and then your teammates can just run shit on them because they're going to be focused on you and their base. And they're just going to be like, you know, for example, where's Rambo? Where's Methodz? And I'm going to be running chain in their base, pretty much in their spawn, just causing havoc while my team is holding the cut. So, you know, like I said, minimap awareness, seeing where your teammates are, seeing where the enemies are, is, you know, one of the main things that sort of put the pros above, you know, the non-pros, you know, in gameplay-wise. And I feel like I'm making a lot of, like, stupid sentences here. I don't know why. This mask is really clouding my speech and sort of the way I'm thinking, because this thing is giving me a headache. It may look like this small piece of plastic, but this thing is not a nice person. You know, this thing is sucking the air out of my brain. And Jesus, I sound stupid right now. Moving on. You know, those 3 main things. You know, awareness. You know, looking at your minimap and sort of outsmarting the enemy and getting in a better position will put you above the enemy team 90% of the time. Like I said, do not think because you have the mindset that you don't need gun skill. Like, you know, you're gonna need both in Call of Duty. You know, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say you need one, not the other. You're gonna need both, but the bigger thing to have is, you know, the mind. You know, the head games. You know, pretty much anticipating the play before it happens. Just like any other sport. You know, baseball, if you're in right field, before the play, you know, before the pitch, you're thinking, because of my left, what am I going to do? Am I going to break back left? Am I going to cut the ball off so I can get it off one bounce? Am I going to dive for it? You know, things like that. You're going to want to sort of put in your head what can possibly happen in any situation, because, you know, Call of Duty is that one game where, you know, it's not very consistent, where you can make the same play multiple times and be successful every single time. You know, you're going to make a lot of mistakes, and you're going to want to learn from them. So that's one of the main things. And I can't stress enough how delusional I used to be back when I had really good gun skill. I was actually a radar player, for, as most of you do know if you watched my videos before. And I had really good gun skill. I used to challenge everything. I used to win them, and I would complain when I didn't get chances with pro teams because of my gun skill. And then we played some pro teams, and I realized I was getting destroyed. I was outgunning players, but I was always getting outsmarted. People were always in head glitches, and they weren't challenging me as much. And when I sort of learned that back in MW3, I improved as a player, you know, a lot. I started, you know, playing like those players. I started getting myself in spots where, you know, I could shoot them before they can shoot me. I started getting myself in spots where if I see them, you know, I'm going to have the kill because I'm in a head glitch. And, you know, I'm in a spot where they're not going to expect me to be. But this gameplay is wrapping up. I hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry if my voice was muffled. I sort of ranted a bit about different topics, and I apologize for that. I just wanted to sort of narrow the baseline of things, you know, and how, you know, I sort of think and how you should start thinking if you want to be successful. So thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. And Iron Man, I am out.